Hello everyone, and welcome to another NGS game. Tonight we got Div B West with Spooky Ghosts versus Clouded Minds, and of course tonight I have my co-caster, the one and only Leo Ruglord. How you doing tonight, bud?
Hello, I'm good. I'm very sweaty from my run to get dinner 20 minutes before the game started, but I'm excited to be here.
I was in our Discord chat, our team's Discord chat, and he joins in and he goes, Moore, you already finished your cast? I'm like, nah, it's in an hour. He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, why, you want to join? And he's like, yeah, sure. And that was an hour before game. So I blame, that's his fault for getting food so late.
Very well planned, very well planned.
Yeah. It's always last minute. You always join the cast last minute.
I'm always the last minute. It's okay, ladies. I always come last. But
Oh,
anyway,
Lord, no. I can't just walk past by that joke.
we got two very closely matched teams today. Clouded Minds and Spooky Ghosts, 6th and 7th. Separated only by alphabetical order. They both have 2 points each. One of those teams will come out on top today with 4 points, maybe even 5. So, very close match. Gonna be very interesting to see.
How are they so close together? Clouded Minds is in 5th place and Spooky Ghost is in 10th place.
What do you mean? I'm looking at... Okay, look, there's two CM. There's CM Daybreak and there's Clouded Minds. I'm looking at Clouded Minds.
Clouded Minds is number 5 and Spooky Ghost is number 10.
Wait, what?
Yes, Clouded Minds has 5 points and Spooky Ghost has 2 points.
What the... What?
What?
Reloaded and that's what it... Okay, alright, I guess.
Let me refresh, maybe
No, you're right. I just refreshed and it's correct. What the? Okay. I blame the website.
Had his NGS website up for like 2 weeks, that's why he didn't upload.
Apparently. I didn't have Clouded Minds' latest result of a 2-0 domination, is what I assume happened. Alright, never mind. Crash that. Spooky Ghost, 2 points. Clouded Minds, 5 points. That is only 1 match difference though, so anything can happen. And honestly, in these like 3 seasons? These seasons of NGS that I've played, I think the one thing I've noticed is that best of 3s can be very one-sided. Or very high rolly. 3 games is not a massive sample size, so I would still say it's a very competitive match. It's too early in the season to say who's good and who's bad. Especially because, you know, who knows, Spooky Ghosts might have faced against 2 very strong teams early on. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I might be a little biased tonight and hope Spooky Ghost wins just because I don't need Clouded Minds to go above us.
Speaking of going above, I need my GPU to go above and beyond today, because it's...
I was lagging. I was playing Overwatch right before the stream, and I was lagging, and I was like, why am I lagging? What is going on? My computer never lags.
You know what? I might restart my computer. Oh wait, no, hold on. Now it's working. I guess.
There we go. Rugler casting from the past. Hi, Raka. Hi, Linebus. I know Linebus. Me and Linebus were just talking too. One day, me and Linebus, we're gonna cast together. We'll do a Div C cast.
Nice.
But alright, well, while you reset your computer, I'll go ahead and go through the map views for tonight. So like I said, we have Spooky Ghost versus Clouded Minds. Spooky Ghost over on the left side, and blue, and Clouded Minds over on the right and red. Spooky Ghost went ahead and banned out Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple, and Clouded Minds banned out Brax's Holdout and Dragonshire. And we are also just getting into a lobby.
Praxis and Dragonshire are being banned now. They don't want to play on the point control maps. Very interesting. I think those 2 maps are 2 of the most dynamic maps in the game, to be honest with you. I think they require your team to move around a lot, and I think whichever team moves around the best tends to win. So I think, honestly, practice-wise, I think especially Dragonshire, I think takes a lot of getting used to. So I can understand if you don't want to play on it. And honestly, they're not my favorite maps either, so I'm down to skip it and go to one of my favorite maps, Infernal Shrines.
I don't blame them. Oh my gosh. I just turned up my headphones, started blaring in my ears. I like Sky Temple, so I'm kind of upset that they banned it. But I do like Infernal Shrines. I think it's going to be a really fun map to play.
There's Diablo maps are very, very strong. Strong characters on this map include Leoric, Hogger, Blaze. You want something that can clear the shrine, you want something that can fight on shrine. This is also a map where you can see something like double support, because it's really hard to find a shrine that the opponent can't die, as it turns out. You might even see an Alexstrasza, who knows? Alexstrasza really likes the games where you had to fight her in a closed quarters for an extended period of time, and she's very, very strong on that. Looking alongside of Cloud & Mines, last season, they played a lot of Anduin, a lot of Anubarak, some Earthis, which I'm very surprised by, but they had a positive win rate on it, so you know what it is. You know, it is what it is. They also played a lot of Imperius, which I'm very surprised about. I don't think we'll be seeing that on this map. But the Blaze, the Anduin, we might see those two. Very, very strong picks, as always. On the side of Spooky Ghosts last season, they put a lot of Sylvanas and Blaze, as well as Mephisto. And Johanna, and Stukov.
They haven't been playing those this season. I'm looking at this season. Right now, their most played would be Brightwing, Gul'dan, and Junkrat. So definitely different heroes here.
Yeah,
mixing it up this season.
Yeah, I mean, all characters very strong. I think all 8 that we mentioned, very strong on this map. Gul'dan, actually, I think is a little underrated. I think he has insane AoE sustained damage. And if you have a healer that can keep up with him, he basically just dishes out damage infinitely. It's actually kind of crazy. I would love to see a Gul'dan on this map.
Well, let's see if a Gul'dan's gonna happen as we go into our first game, first draft of Infernal Shrines. Excited to see how each team plays. We do have Spooky Ghost with the first pick, and we'll see what they pick up here and they ban. You know what? I think Junkrat's got to be banned here, unless they're gonna try to pick it up. But Cloud & Mines this season, I didn't see a Junkrat really being played, so they might not ban out. I do see an Orphea though, spicy.
Spicy for sure.
Oh yeah, no, there's Junkrat. 2 games played with Junkrat, so they might ban it out here. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, Junkrat, very strong character. I do think on shrines you can kind of bait his traps into the monkeys, and then you don't have to worry about them anymore. So he has to make a decision: does he want 2 traps, or does he want the traps to ignore like non-heroes? Both of which are very, very strong. But he's always oppressive. He's just a really insane character. I think he can even jump the Punisher if necessary. We see the Rhaegar ban, and there is in fact the
Junkrat. Yeah, that's what I figured Junkrat was going to be banned. I mean, Junkrat, I feel like he's been a very popular hero to play. I know our team's been playing it, and like almost every team's been playing him or banning him, so it's not surprised. I'm curious to see what the next ban is. I don't know why. My gut is telling me Diablo ban.
Yeah, Diablo very strong on this map. I think he's a very strong number 2 tank, maybe right behind Johanna. If you can't kill him, he actually cannot die. It's actually insane. And on this map, there's a lot of wall stunts. You don't even have to be good at Diablo. But Johanna's going to be banned out. Very interesting, because they do have first pick on the side of, I believe that's Spooky Ghosts. So, they have the Johanna, meaning they do not want to take it first pick. Even though she is quite good on this map as well. Very strong wave clear. It's always very helpful to have a tank that has wave clear, and also she can clear shrine herself.
Yeah, and then we're going to see what our next ban is here. Sylvanas, I know Sylvanas has been being played by Spooky Ghost, I believe. It was by Cloud & Mines, so they're going to keep that up, and instead they're going to ban the Garrosh here. Interesting. They have played Garrosh twice with a 50% win rate. Oh gosh, people throwing stuff at me. That wasn't nice. Nor, stop throwing stuff at me.
The Garrosh could be a little telling. It might be more about what Garrosh counters, maybe the Diablo, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Garrosh is a tank that historically counters the Diablo, and he's also just very strong on this map. Blaze gonna be picked down, very solid pick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, unlike Leoric, who has better shrine clear, Blaze doesn't get harassed as badly by ranged characters, and he has a lot of utility. He might not clear shrine as fast, but he has a lot of utility in bunker and oil zoning, and being able to reduce potentially spell power if he goes for that. Vala and Stukov being picked up as well.
I like the Vala pick here. I like the Vala Stukov pick here because with this map, it's such close quarters. The Stukov silence is going to work really well. And depending on what Talon's Vala goes, it's going to be really good to go against the shrine and pick up the objective really quickly.
Yeah, Vala could even go, it could even be a hyper carry Vala. Stukov could be one of the frontliners alongside an Uther to form like a very unkillable double support core. Stukov does have the disadvantage of not having any cleanse compared to Anduin, who does have a cleanse, and in fact, that cleanse is like part of his identity. And Sylvanas, also a very strong.
Sylvanas.
Yeah.
I called that too. Spooky Ghost, they play Sylvanas. No, it wasn't Spooky. It was Cloud Minds that play Sylvanas. So it looks like they just took it away from Spooky Ghost for now.
Yeah, very strong.
Very good.
Very strong counter. Very strong range assassin Sylvanas. Probably one of the best ones in the game right now. This is probably one of Kerrigan's better maps since she can reset all day on the monkeys. I assume they did their research and there's a Kerrigan player on the side of Spooky Ghosts. Otherwise, it's a very rare ban. In fact, actually a pretty good character with Stukov for the ultimate wombo combo. But getting it taken out there, they don't want to deal with it. And we're gonna see a missed ban.
They said JK not banning today.
Don't need it, baby. Pick whatever you want. You win anyway. So let's see how Cloud Minds responds to that Giga Chad move. I would love to see the double support here, but maybe it's a little too early to lock it in.
What do you think? Uther Stukov?
Yeah, I think maybe Uther could be last picked. I don't think they need to lock it in right now. The variant Orphea.
No shit. I wish.
Yeah, that would be insane. But variant Stukov, classic combo. You taunt them, you silence them. They should be dead. Orphea, I think I see her on this map quite a bit more than the other ones. I'm not super sure why, but she does have some area denial with her ults. Yeah.
I mean, when she gets to the when Orphea grows in level, she can actually be a really great wave clear and just do one chop and kill all the minions for the objective, and even just minions on the map too. It just takes a little while to grow up there. Just kind of like Nazeebo. Nazeebo takes a while to get all that damage in there. It's the same way as Orphea. But we do see the ETC and Kael'thas being picked up here. Kael'thas, another popular hero on this map, which I don't blame them with the firebomb and those. It's just all about those close quarters, man. They can pick up real quick and get a lot of damage out with the fire bombs. And last pick, Mathael. Ooh, that is interesting. I wasn't expecting the Mathael, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, I'm very surprised too. I feel like you usually see Malthael in comps where there's a lot of melees, because Malthael loves it. When the enemy team has the clump for his AoE cleaves, that's usually melees, and he gets a lot of healing off of those guys. Those guys can't easily kill him. He does a lot of damage to them with his percent. And this team, there's not actually as many tanky characters. In fact, the tankiest character I think is Blaze. I think ETC, excuse me, I think ETC really needs to press his buttons to actually get that tankiness going. His health pool is actually kind of small for a tank. So I'm very curious what the mount they'll pick, especially when the Org was still up, as was Hawker, but maybe that's just the hero pool thing. Or the secret strat here. Last Rites is very strong with taunt, right? You taunt somebody, you need that extra little bit of damage, Last Rites kicks in. So decent strat from both sides. I think I like Spooky Ghosts a little bit more. I'm not a huge fan of the mount they'll pick just yet, but Cloud and Minds thinking maybe prove me wrong. That's my vote.
I think I agree. I like Spooky Ghosts' draft because it's a very conventional draft for the most part, but I kind of like the weirdness of Cloud and Minds. I feel like it might be one of those comps where just like, maybe it can work, and they're able to pull it off. They're so good they can pull it off. I mean, once again, I'm biased tonight, and I want Spooky Ghost to win because I don't want Cloud and Minds to pass us in our div, but at the same time, I do like their draft.
Yeah. I was gonna say the EDC might have a little bit of trouble because, as I said, he's not that tanky. He needs to press his trait. He has to actually press his buttons to get that armor from his trait going, and that's what makes him a tank. If he gets taunted before he can do that, he dies just about as easily as any squishy. But then I realized they have Anduin on the side of Spooky Ghosts, which I think makes the comp even better.
All right. On the left side, in the blue, we got Spooky Ghosts. We got Rift on the Sylvanas. Eric with the Eric with that on the Blaze. We have Little Wolf on the Anduin. We have Rogoth on the ETC and Colitis on the Kael'thas.
And on the right side, we have Cloud and Minds, Trilena on the Vala, Kian on the Malthael, Stark Knight on the Varian, Ruffian on the Orphea, and Peach on the Stukov. Ooh.
And of course, with Spooky Ghosts, they got the Sylvanas, so they're already cheating the top lane here. And they got quite a bit of damage out in the front lane here, so almost a little turret down. So good for Spooky Ghost, but Cloud of Mind's already rotated up and kind of stopped them a little bit. And now we're just going to our ARAM lanes.
Ooh, is it an offlane ETC? He's top.
I think so.
Wow, that's really cool, actually. Interesting. Very interesting. I actually do like offlane ETC more than I like main tank ETC most of the time. But that also means they have main tank Blaze, which I'm not as big a fan of. But then again, they don't really have a way to stop the stun. I recently played a main tank Blaze game. I wasn't the Blaze, but I played a Storm Lane game where we had main tank Blaze into a Lucio, and it was miserable, because the Lucio was actually decent. And if you have a good Lucio, main tank Blaze just falls apart. That's why I usually see him in the offlane. But now, I guess it is offline Blaze. ETC is going to be with the 4-man now. That's a very interesting swap. I actually kind of like that. Lane swaps are proof that your team practices a lot, or are very good at improvising. Either way, both teams are going to get their camps. I want to see Spooky Ghost play a little aggressively here. Varian doesn't have level 4 for another level, and they are going to make the play for this bottom camp. I like it. They should be able to win this, especially since Blaze and Malthael have roughly equal prio. In fact, Blaze is actually closer to bottom.
Let's see, here we go. They're gonna go in for the fight here. Anduin still focusing onto the camp. There's the rune to Vala. And it looks like Spooky Ghost will get this, as this is a 5v4 bottom lane. I think Cloud Mines, they just realized they're not gonna be able to grab it, so they're gonna back out of it. And also real quick, Jason Hodge, thank you so much for the raid of 8. Saw you casting earlier. Hope your cast was good. Don't spoil it, but I hope everything was fun, and I hope you had a great cast series. And level 4s are up. We do have the taunt variant. Ooh, I thought he might have used the taunt right there. No twin line bus. I know you're in there. No twin blades. Me and you are both upset. But I am gonna judge the Orphea build a little bit, but also because I'm just judgmental. What's this? No Q build? No Q build? I think I'm the only Q build Orphea in the world right now.
Dude, does Orphea even have a Q build? I haven't seen it in so long. Are you sure it exists?
I'm the only one who does it. But that's because I can hit my Qs. As I always say, you go Q build if you can hit skill shots. If you can't, you go chaos build. That's how I go. And Anduin with the... See, I don't know about the level 4. I guess I have to try, because I've never gone... I know, who was it? Me and someone else were talking about this during my replay cast the other day. I don't go that Anduin level 4. I don't even go that Anduin build, even the level 1, because I do Lightwell. Maybe I'm just the weird one. I'm just the weird one, I think.
I do love what Cloud and Mine, or Spooky Ghost did there. The first objective is usually a little bit weak. And getting that bottom wall is actually sometimes as much as an objective gets. So I actually really like that they got that trade there. I'm going to give them a bit of a siege advantage here. And this is a Mortar Punisher, so it's probably not going to get the fort. It's probably just going to get a wall at most. So I do really love that macro play from Spooky Ghosts. But level 6 to level 6 here, very close, very even EXP.
Yeah, both teams just doing a really good job back and forth right now. We got ETC, ooh, really in there. There's the top being used. Orphea getting trapped, Orphea getting rooted. Orphea might be the first death, and she is. And man, Vala's getting pretty low too. There's that Kael'thas bombs we were talking about earlier. Those close quarter Kael'thas bombs, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot, so they gotta watch out for that. Don't spread it! Run away!
I just want to say, that Orphea died because the Anduin root pierced. I agree with you. I don't like Pierce either, but there it got big value. It actually just, you know, it got a kill. It might even just get Spooky Ghost the shrine here. But EDC is gonna get taunted. Who's very low. Boops them out of the flame strike. A little unfortunate there, but he might just walk out of here. Wow.
I think he is.
Yeah, apparently EDC can escape death. No one else though. But
man, the rest of his team's super low. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, during all of this, Cloud and Mines actually got a lead in objective. They're actually gonna probably get this. Spooky Ghost have to really make a play for it.
Oh, man, ETC getting really low there, but so is the Vala. But yeah, I think you're right. The Cloud and Mines, here they are. They're getting the Motor Punisher. John Cena. So this will be a good, let's see how much of a push they get. They already have part of the front wall damaged out, so they'll definitely get the first wall. We'll see what else they get. Oh, there's the pull from Anduin. Not sure if that was on purpose or an accidental, but I definitely wouldn't have pulled there.
Yeah, maybe a little overly cautious. They're not gonna get this this fort, a little bit of damage, a little bit of the entire wall. But notice the bottom lane. Look at that fort.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that Blaze doing a really good job on that bottom lane, pushing it out and getting some damage out of it. If anything, definitely a lot more worth than the Punisher. And unfortunately, Blaze is gonna lose that bottom camp too. But now we have Spooky Ghosts. They're using their Sylvanas trait and pushing out the top lane now too. So they're getting lots of value right now, even though they didn't win the objective.
Yeah, I love Spooky Ghost's Sylvanas usage right now. Like that bottom fort, that damage is because they got that wall earlier. And now they used the effect that Clouded Minds was kind of split top through bottom to get top wall as well. And that's really good. This camp that Meltdale take is going to be annoying, but it's not going to be as much as the damage they got top. So very good, Spooky Ghosts. But Clouded Minds, because they've been like kind of getting the walls, Spooky Ghosts have been missing a bit of soak, I think, and Clouded Minds, they're about to get 10s a little bit earlier. But they will get it earlier. And they're also going to get Prio on his camp. This could be a potential invade. It's a very small window, but they could go for it. Doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it. Well, with level 10's up, let's go through them real quick. So for Clouded Minds, we have Rain of Vengeance, we have the Crushing Jaws, I always call it Chomp, I call both of it Chomp, and Flailing Slice from the Stukov. Still waiting for the Varian Mathael. There it is. Let's go! See, this is what I like. The Variant, when they go top Variant, any Variant, they have to go Shielded Wall. I will fight you if you say Warbringer. That's just it. Then we have Mathael with the last rites. Spooky Ghost, we got Light Bomb, Phoenix, Mosh Pit, Mind Control, and we're just still waiting for the Blaze to choose his.
Dude, if it's a Combustion Blaze... Wait, I don't think he's reached level 7 yet.
He hasn't reached level 7!
Eric was saying more like Eric was
Is that Dylan playing?
Dude, I know. I was about to say, I don't know if anyone will get that joke, but that's wow. I mean, I'm very curious about that. That's like so late that it might actually be intentional. Maybe he's trying to see what specific. I can't think of why he would hold the 10. I don't know why he would hold the 10 either. It's kind of a no-brainer. Very good vision play from the side of Clouded Minds, trying to taunt on Anduin, but the follow-up is not quite there. That was so smart. They just disappeared into the bush like they were going to rotate mid, and they waited for Spooky Ghost to get the fort. And like a mousetrap being sprung, they collapse on them. They don't quite get the pick, but the idea was there. I really do like that. But next objective is going to come up. No 13s for either team. Maldo's going to get hard camp.
There we go. He picked his talents. Let's go, Blaze. Watch, he's just listening to the stream like, oh shoot, I better pick my talents.
Yeah, maybe that was exactly 30 seconds after we said it, but Maldo's going to be very late to this objective. I think he should have started camping a little bit earlier.
Oh, big fight, big fight. ETC is getting pretty low, but so is the Variant. Variant is going to go down. That has multiple ults down as well. Rain of Vengeance is back up with one hit left. Flailing Swipe went down. Phoenix went down. Light Bomb and Sylvanas, lots of ults going down. So now this objective should go in favor for Spooky Ghost.
Yeah, the only person that didn't go down was Malthael. He was still top. I love this play, though.
Yeah, they're pushing it. Yeah.
Clouded Minds are going to try and get a fort here. Gonna try top or bottom. Technically not worth for Spooky Ghost because this bottom floor was already damaged, but they do get an objective to go with it, so it is probably still pretty worse.
They're probably gonna get at least keep wall. I mean, oh, why are they? Oh, they're leaving it. Oh, I see. They're going mid instead, leaving the Punisher to do its own thing while now they go for mid. So, but we see Clouded Minds. They're coming in from the mid, trying to take this fight. They are down level 13s, but not that much, not that far. So, pretty even fight all around. Both teams doing a really good job learning when to rotate down when they have a loss and learning just where to go.
Yeah, I'm always not sure when to split. Oh, Mind Control from Variant, ETC, Power Slap, big! That's a mosh pit gonna come out. Interrupted by Stukov, stun though. Variant does go down. That was a very good Mind Control. She just like casually tossed it. She didn't even move. She was just like, yeah, Mind Control, I guess. Yeah. Worked beautifully.
Yeah, that was big. And now there we go. We got black arrows onto the tower now. And they should be able to grab this. Oh, it looks like they're just going to poke it out. Oh, there we go. They're using the bunker now. All of them in the bunker!
The bunker is actually a fantastic tower diving tool because it's a summon, so the tower actually prioritizes it over heroes. at least initially. And then the flame stream is actually, oh my god, another light bomb onto Orphea. Oh, that's a bad Orphea. Wow. Oof. Yeah, okay, well that's a mid 4. I was gonna say, like, I'm not super sure when to split from objective and when to push with objective, but if you get 2 kills with mind control, alright then, yeah, okay, you can do whatever you want. That's a mid 4 gun, and bottom keep wall and a quarter of the keep, that's a lot of damage for Spooky Ghosts.
And man, Spooky Ghosts, they're just going at it. They said, nah, we're going for top now as well.
Yeah, the Stukov lack of cleanse is really starting to hurt here because he doesn't have any way to stop mind control. He can at the best he can try to shove people away and pop a Q onto the target. But that mind control, yeah, you may as well just throw it out. Why not? 45-second cooldown, who cares? At level 20, it's going to be 15 seconds. Yeah, this Sylvanas is going to be very, very scary as things go on. Especially because if you win the combo, even Varian dies.
Yeah, I just noticed Blaze snuck out Cloud&Mind's siege camp over here. He snuck it out, but now they're going for the Blaze! Run, Blaze! Wow, what perfect timing. That Blaze just knew exactly when to leave. I've never seen a more perfect timing leave. Unfortunate that they lost the camp, but his whole team's right there, so at least now if they try to go for anything, his team's there to fight. Here we go, there it goes, there's the taunt, there's the protect, there's the silence, there's mind control. What else? There's the big.
Nobody is there.
Oh my god! The firebomb too. Oh lord, is this gonna be a 5-man kill? No way, Varian lives. Smokey is here to watch it too. Smokey, the Varian. Oh lord.
All of that without a level 13 or level 16 talent.
I was just about to say the same thing. He is just begging. If Spooky Ghost wins, we have to ask him, why are you holding on your talents? Even Anduin hasn't picked a 16 yet. Oh lord.
At this point, you don't pick talent. See if you can win the rest. You're so far ahead at this point. See if you can win the last game, the rest of the game without your last 3 talents.
No. Okay, there we go. Blaze picked his. Now we're just waiting for Anduin.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Anduin. Yeah, but that was a huge combo. It was I think a very good fight for Cloud&Minds. Actually, very smart to wait in that bush, just out of vision. They're very good with their vision play in the side of Cloud&Minds, I must say. Just waiting out of vision to try and catch them out of position to get a pre-16 fight, because they were about to 16 on the side of Spooky Ghosts. And Cloud&Minds didn't want that. That was a good fight, but EGC just landed a way too good of a stun. Like, literally the wet dream mosh pit on the 3 backliners. Yeah, there was just nothing. It was, like, nobody was even hitting them for the first half of that mosh pit. It was just, like, alone at the prom, but it was such a good mosh, it didn't matter.
Alright, here we go. Now they're both equal on tier talents. We do have Spooky Ghost almost two levels above Cloud&Minds. Shrine is just kind of slowly going. It looks like each team is going to start poking it out. So we'll see who wins this fight here. This is going to be big. I think Cloud&Minds really needs this to get, back into the game. But if they can't get a kill, I mean, there's 0 kills still, and we're 13 minutes into this game. So if they can't get a kill here, which they might finally get one, because man, ETC's looking low, but maybe not. Oh, he's so low. Oh, Moshman got pulled out of it, but that doesn't matter because Mathiel's going to go down. Varian's going to go down. Sylvanas is looking for the Vala, but she's not going to go for it. She's going to play it safe here, which is very smart. I think it was really good for her not to chase that down. Just play it safe, get the Immortal, push it in top lane, and just possibly go for the win here.
Yeah, I was going to, like, I saw the ETC get taunted there. I was like,
wait. Oh no, Stukov, why? No. Ripperoni, pepperoni. This might be GG. I mean, Spooky Ghost is being very strong right here.
Very first Frozen Punisher of the game. Yeah, that's probably GG. Or at least, I mean, it's definitely a keep. Let's see if we can get more out of it. But I was gonna say, I saw the ETC get taunted, and I was like, okay, surely a pull is coming. But Light Bomb, Anduin just Light Bombed him, and that's, that's when you know you're really in trouble. When you think you got a kill on somebody, and that person just gets a Light Bombed, that means you're in trouble. And I think the problem with how it defines comp is that it kind of requires people to clump up. Malvale needs to be melee range to hit them. Varian has to be melee range to taunt them. And Orphea is not that high range either. So that just leaves Vala and, like, Stukov that are kind of out of range. But as you saw in that last fight, a good Blaze stun can absolutely ruin things, even if they get a taunt, a very good taunt out on ETC.
Oh my god. Big mind control! And there he goes. Where's the Mosh? Is Mosh even up? No, Mosh is even up. Yep. Man. This is looking rough for Clouded Minds. Look at the Kael'thas damage. Insane amount of fire damage. But I don't know if they can end here. If they can get another kill, then definitely. But Blaze is already super low. There's the bunker being used. They do have level 20s. No, looks like they're just gonna back out and leave, which I don't blame them. Play it safe. I mean, they could go back in, which they might. They might just go mid. Yeah, they're going back mid. Yeah, look at Core. Core's taking so much damage right now. I would just skip mid. Just go straight Core.
They could, yeah, they absolutely could. But it is also one of those plays where if you mess up, you could potentially throw the game.
That's true.
Getting a keep very safe. I think if this was like, I don't know. It's hard. Those calls are the ones that you regret and the ones that you treasure the most. It's always hard to say. But Vala is dead for another 40 seconds. They could try to look for something big here. There's the
have light bomb. Oh. Where's the light? There's the ETC mosh.
Oh, he tried to go for the slide mosh. That's always such a cool talent to see. But
oh no, Sylvanas
left the game. Let team play it without me. Actually in a very rough situation. Let's hope they get it. Wow. Honestly, Clouded Minds defending pretty well, I think. I think they're hanging on. Even despite the level 20. In fact, ADC doesn't even have a level 20 anymore, because this level 20 is Mosh Pit. That being said, though, Sylvana still has a level 20, because her level 20 is just Mind Control has like a 0-second cooldown. So hypothetically, honestly, there's not much else to do on the map. You could just stand here and throw out mind controls until you get something. Maybe send ET Blaze back to get a camp, I guess. But Sylvanas needs to absolutely not die here. Hopefully she reconnects.
Yeah, that's rough here. So we'll see what happens. Oof, man. Oof. That's all I can really say right now. I mean, if Sylvanas doesn't die here, if they can turn on this and get a kill, great. If not, it's understandable because, I mean, they just have to go back, grab camps, and just keep playing it safe. But I think this is the time for them to try to really get that kill. I mean, they're level 20s, and Clouded Minds is only level 18. Really try to get those kills and just conquer this match.
Yeah, this is also potentially the point where Clouded Minds can make a comeback if they can get this Sylvanas pick, if they can drive the side of Spooky Ghosts off their core. If they can get a couple kills, they could absolutely come back into this game. I mean, this game is not over by any means. But they are going to have map pressure on their side for the rest of the map, which is going to be very rough. That means that every objective they take is going to be on a timer. And every camp that Spooky Ghosts captures is going to put them under immense pressure. It's going to be a very hard game, but they do need to get this pick to even begin to make it happen.
Oh, it was Rift who disconnected. R.I.P. Rift. I didn't realize it was him. His Sylvanas is really strong. I got to play with him the other day because I've played with him a few times. We've played with him a few times, but the other day we queued up with him. Just by accident, he happened to be on our team, and we just ended up queuing up with him for the rest of the time we were playing. It was really fun. Oh, they are back. Let's get back into the game before they start it. Ooh, I am so nervous here. Sylvanas is not in a good spot, so we'll see what happens here.
Light bomb comes out on the blade. Ooh, gonna come out fail. Ooh, that's really not what you want to see when you're caught in lines right now. Oh, the bow back. Oh, that's probably all she wrote. That's probably the game. Protect coming in clutch.
Yeah, they've got to end it here now. Oh, but Kael'thas, never mind. Kael'thas is fine. Kael'thas is living, and that should be GG here. I don't see a way Clouded Minds can come back at this. They're still very low. Look at this Varian. Varian's almost dead here. And there's the bunker being used, and that is GG right there, even with the disconnect.
Yeah, that disconnect was just for dramatic effect. Like, hold on, maybe we can lose this game. But no, I'm just kidding. You thought. Yeah, very dominant game from Spooky Ghosts. 16-0. Yeah, if Tychus was on the side of Spooky Ghosts, he would have completed Master's Assassin, which is, I think, a pretty good measure of how insane the game is. Usually there's 15 kills on either side, or even just in total. It's the indication of something went going horribly wrong. And in this case, I think it was mind control, just getting pick after pick. Also, just really, really good macro from Spooky Ghosts.
Yes.
When they can push up the Sylvanas, when they can get these walls, and then those walls translate into force, and those translate into keep walls, and those translate into keeps, and eventually the game. So yeah, just very clean from Spooky Ghosts. We didn't really get to see what Clouded Minds was playing for because they were just behind for so much, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. So in siege damage, we have 116,000 from Blaze and 147,000 from Mathael. In hero damage, we have 54,000 from Kael'thas and 53,000 from Vala. Very neck and neck. Healing, this is the big difference. Healing, 68,000 from Anduin and 26,000 from Stukov. Massive difference in healing. And then self-healing, 22,000 from ETC and 21,000 from Varian. XP, 16,000 from Blaze and 18,000 from Mathael. I lost track of my words for a second there. All right, 16 kills to 0 kills. Massive. Level 21 and level 19. Let's pull up the talents for chat. Take notes. See, I'm just joking, by the way. Clouded Minds, this is a joke, but you didn't win because you didn't go Twin Blades Varian and you didn't go Cupid Orphea. That's why you didn't win. And as Raka said too, it's the curse of banning Braxis.
If banning Braxis means I get cursed, I'm the most cursed person in the world, but I think Stukov, I think the Stukov healing discrepancy, honestly, I think is a testament to like how countered the Stukov felt this game. He couldn't really heal his teammates because they just got blown up, right? Like you can look at his level 16 talent. Level 16 is like the one talent tier where Stukov gets a pseudo cleanse. It's one where you get like if you're stunned, you get healed, and it's actually pretty good. But the thing is, on the side of Spooky Ghosts, there's actually not that many stuns. Well, actually there are, but Mind Control was like their main form of engage, and that's not a stun, that's a silence, right? And if you get silenced by that, it doesn't really matter if you get stunned afterwards. You're probably just dead. The stun is just there for follow-up. The Stukov level 16 does pretty much nothing to save his team from that kind of engage, but to be fair, there's not anything he can do. That's just Stukov. I almost wonder if maybe he could have gone Massive Shove? I don't know. It's a really hard game to play Stukov into, I think, and I think that was very showcased by Spooky Ghost's draft. Other things to talk about, it would have been pretty cool to see that level 20 healing banner from Varian combined with Malthael. I imagine that is a fearsome combo. That might have been what they were playing for, actually, but they never got to it, unfortunately.
Sorry, I just read chat, and Lime Blast, he's complaining about how he lost his points, and then he goes, I blame Ruglord.
Wait, what? Me? Wait, what? Me?
I blame him too. Everyone blame him.
Oh my god. Alright. Also, if you see the W build coming out from the Vala, very safe build, very pokey build. I was kind of expecting auto attack, but that's probably because I never got around to the idea that it's not actually a double support Vala. I for some reason thought it was double support Vala the whole time.
It's because that's what you really want. I mean, you're talking about in the draft, you really want that double support. Leo, are you trying to say that you want our team to play double support next game?
Oh, I mean, we already are. But hey, you know, double support, if this was like an Uther main tank or an Uther second healer, they actually would have had a cleanser and mind control.
That's true.
I don't know. There's a lot more to the draft than that, but I'm just saying it would have at least covered that base. I'm not saying that it would have changed anything, but you know, who knows? It would have at least made the game a little bit easier, potentially.
True. Well, all right, we are about to get into our next lobby. Let's see.
I wish he had level 4 stacks. I think he only had like 3 at the end, but one of those stacks got him a kill. So what am I to argue? If a level 4 talent guarantees you a kill, I'll take it every game.
Alrighty, so now we are Hector, he said, oh shit, it's my favorite NGS caster, Ruglord.
Let's go! Let's go! I love
and then
Hector.
Hector and NGS, he said to the map that we're about to show, he said, good choice, the viewers approve. And our next, I mean, I agree. But our next map picked from Spooky Ghost is my favorite map, and as I agree with Hector, great choice, and it's going to be Towers of Doom. How you feeling about Towers of Doom?
Yeah, this is potentially the map for Clouded Mines to make the comeback. It's known as the comeback map. I like to call it the throw map because, to be honest with you, if you make a comeback on this map, your opponent probably threw. But I do believe that this is map pick by Spooky Ghosts.
Yes, yes.
All right, so it's probably Spooky Ghosts have something in mind going into it, but Towers of Doom I think is a map that everyone plays. It's kind of like how everyone, if they have to play offlane, they probably all know how to play leader. They probably all know how to play and do it if needed. So I can't imagine. I will say, map picking Towers of Doom, your opponents will probably never get caught off guard. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But who knows? Spooky Ghosts might be really, really good on this map. Let me check the statistics for them on this map. Actually, give me 1 sec.
Yo, I got a random friend request from Yatura. Are you in the chat? Are you sending me a friend request during the game? That was funny. I came out of nowhere. I was like, who sent me a friend request? I thought maybe it was like someone from the teams. No, someone completely different. Also, I just realized, Hector, how is you're the only time Rug Lord cast is on my stream. So why am I not favorite? And he's got channel points. Oh no. I'm glad I disabled the exercise channel points for today's stream. I was like, nope, not today. I'm tired. I don't want to do exercises today.
Yeah, anyway, you search by your secondary caster. Get screwed, nerd.
Right,
Towers
honestly.
of Doom was played a lot by Spooky Ghost last season. 7 games. Not their most played, but definitely up there. Actually, I think it's their second most played. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's their second most played, right behind Shrines. Season to season, there's probably changes between the teams, but at least so far, it seems like they're sticking with their guns and they're going to Towers of Doom. Speaking of Towers of Doom, I like Towers of Doom a lot more.
A lot more than what?
If the lobby actually starts draft.
Are you trying to make like a joke here?
I said I would like the map a lot more if it started draft, but I guess I cut out.
Yo,
huh?
Moist Weenus, the 69 biddy, let's go. Thanks, Moist Weenus, I appreciate it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You might be cutting out a little bit though.
Oh, okay. I made the same lame joke twice.
Literally, it just said you said you like Towers of Doom, except when draft starts, and that was it.
Oh, that was the joke.
Oh, that was a miserable joke. I'm sorry. That was not good.
All right. You know what? You can cast the rest of this yourself.
All right, that's fine. I'm here. I'm a great cast. I've been doing this longer than you. I have seniority. But of course, I'm not the favorite one. Everyone's here for Rug Lord, not for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
with
just
your
hand
little PNG. What's your PNG again?
It's actually, let's see if anyone in the chat can guess.
Let's see if anyone in the chat can guess. What is Rug Lord's PNG? You got me, the succubus, and then you got Leo's random face.
Can you give rewards to whoever guesses it right?
No. I can do a poll. No? I could do a poll and put what people think and write little descriptions to see what people think, and whoever chooses the right one would get points. But that's it.
No. We'll just see if someone can guess it. I think it's not too obscure. But 2 globals banned now from the side of Clouded Mines. They don't want to deal with those. Dehaka, very strong on this map. Brightwing, very strong in general. Rhaegar, also very strong in general. Very boring bans from both teams. Where's my Kerrigan ban? That was spicy. Bring me back. But let's see what Spooky Ghosts they are thinking. Sometimes banning quickly and picking quickly does have a psychological factor. Oh, you did that? Oh, we knew that 5 years ago, dude. I'll just instantly pick this. And then it's back on you. Now you're like, oh shoot, they knew everything that I was gonna do before I did it. I'm gonna lose. That's the mentals.
Ooh. There we go. Clouded Mines stealing the Sylvanas this game, so we'll see what Spooky Ghost takes instead of Sylvanas. I say Li Ming here, but that's also because that's a preference.
I think Sylvanas was very strong last game. I think it was probably MVP. Pretty much was a pseudo second, third, tertiary tank, maybe even their main tank with the mind controls picking it off the table, very strong, but that does leave up Johanna and Blaze, two of the best frontliners in the game right now.
Yeah. I do like to see the Johanna Blaze. I'm curious to see if Spooky Ghost will go Anduin then. They played Anduin last game. It was Spooky Ghost that played Anduin last game, right? Yeah. So they'll probably pick it up again unless Clouded Minds picks it up here. But if they pick it up, man, it's going to be big. Unless it gets banned. Oh, nope. There it is. Peach picking up the Anduin. And Mathael again for Clouded Minds. Wonder why Mathael. I mean, it's good against tanks, but I don't know.
Yeah. If there's any frontliner that Malthael's good against, it is Johanna and Blaze. He is very good against those two, and Diablo. I do think it's a little early. I feel like, yeah, but he is quite good against those two. But, you know, maybe it's just a comfort pick. Maybe Kian is like a Malthael. And just very comfortable with the character. And Malthael does out-rotate a lot of offlaners, including Blaze, just thanks to Pale Horse and his really good wave clear, and the fact that he can kind of bully you in lane, because he does trade very favorably into the Blaze. So, you know, that could be what they're going for. It could just be strong enough just to win the lanes as Malthael.
Smokey! Oh, Smokey just tried turning off my PC. That's not good. No, you get down from here now. Everyone blame Smokey if my PC turns off, by the way. Anyways, so Diablo ban and Stukov ban. Clouded Minds does not want to see Spooky Ghost pick up the Stukov since they stole the Anduin. I wonder if, hear me out, Lucio. I want to see Lucio picked up here from Spooky Ghost. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, Lucio very strong. If they go Mind Control, Lucio high fives it all day. In fact, I would say going Mind Control into high five Lucio is honestly kind of trolling. But Sound Barrier is also good to stop the last raids. Gold Ant,
interesting.
That is very interesting, but you know, I was talking about it earlier. Gul'dan is insane if you can keep him sustained. And Malfurion, he's one of the best sustained healers in the game. As long as you're constantly fighting something. Oh, this is your Li Ming that you wanted.
I was about to say, let's go Li Ming! This might be a Clouded Minds game!
Yeah, the main issue with Malfurion is that now that he doesn't have Ice Block anymore, he's so vulnerable. His only save is ults, either silencing everyone around him and hoping that works, or giving himself 10 armor, which is not anything crazy. I think Malfurion's going to play super far back here. Newbrack's going to give him a very hard time.
Yeah. He's going to be really great for the poke, though, for the objective. Speaking of poke, wow, I think that Spooky Ghost DPS is just poke. I mean, so is Clouded Minds now thinking about it. I mean, that's what this map is, really. It's all about the poke.
Yeah, a lot of like slow, patient damage dealers on the side of Spooky Ghosts with two very like protective frontliners. I can definitely keep them unprotected. And Malfurion, who likes long fights where he just out-sustains you and gives his team mana back. Whereas on the side of Clouded Minds, we have a Newbrand who likes fast fights. He doesn't have a lot of health, but he does have two very powerful stuns. He stuns someone, leaving combos them. Maybe there's a last strike, maybe there's a wailing arrow. I think there's two opposites going on. Here for the two different teams, and that's always very interesting to see. I actually like the draft from the side of... I can't believe I'm saying this after the third pick, Malthael, but I do actually like Clouded Minds draft a little bit more.
I would agree with you. I do like the Clouded Minds draft a little bit more. I think it's mainly for me that Malfurion and... like, if they switched either Malfurion or Gul'dan, I think I'd be happier with that, but I really like the Clouded Minds. Because Mathael's pretty good on this map. I see him played, I think, the most often on this map specifically. That's just my personal experience, though. So it's going to be interesting seeing how they play. And speaking of the players, let's go ahead and take a look at who's playing what. On the left side for Spooky Ghost, we have Colitis on the Gul'dan. We have Rift on the Hanzo, Rothgoth on the Joanna, Little Wolf on the Malfurion, and Eric on the Blaze.
And on the right side, on the side of Clouded Minds, you have Kian on the Malthael, Ruffy on the Li Ming, Trelena on the Sylvanas, Starkman on the Anubrak, and my monitors died, so I don't know the name of the healer player, but somebody's playing Anduin.
You left the game! Leo left. Yeah, it says Rugward left the game. Oh, jeez. I hope you're able to get back in. Let me know if you're not, and I'll just stream it on Discord or something.
I am reconnecting.
Alright.
And Peach on the Anduin. continue. Show must go on. I am back. Definitely getting my computer checked after this. But yeah, blame Prio for the side of Spooky Ghosts by a little bit, not by much, but they are gonna get to bottom a little bit sooner, and that means that Cloud Mines are gonna miss a little bit. So that root is so annoying. Dude.
I was just about to say the same thing. Malfurion playing the root in the perfect spot. He knows exactly where to put it to be annoying as heck, man.
That was so rude. That's gonna actually slow their rotation by quite a bit on the side of Cloud Mines, but I don't think they missed that much stuff. I think they only missed that one single minion. And they're actually gonna go on camp a little bit sooner, which is potentially always a little scary because that means they can potentially invade your camp. What is Hanzo? Objective's not up yet, dude. You can't steal his objective. I guess he's just trying to stack off with Malthael. Actually, I kind of like that. That's why he was mid, because he definitely has a very good matchup into Malthael. Being able to chunk out the opposing offlaner is something that people don't do enough on this map. Being able to disrupt that double soak. But camps are just going to be traded out to the teams.
You know, I forgot to ask you earlier. What did you have for dinner?
Oh, I'm actually currently eating it right now. I don't know if you
can hear you eating it.
Oh, no.
I can tell. It's very hard to tell. It took me a moment to tell if you're eating or not, but you can hear it a little bit. I thought it was funny. That's why I was like, let me ask him what he's eating.
I got fried chicken from Vaughn's. Not sponsored, by the way. I think, dude, Vaughn's fried chicken is actually really good, and it's really affordable. Popeyes, they charge like $13 for like 4 pieces.
You know, it's funny, you're talking about Vaughn's, the grocery store, right?
Yeah.
It's only a California store, you know that now. It used to be, I know it used to be in Nevada and a few other states, but if I'm correct, it's only in California now.
What? Yep. Oh my god. Wait, what? No one else is. Wait, so I say Vaughn's and the East Coasters are just super confused?
Yeah, probably. I have yet to see another Vaughn's that's outside of California. We used to have one in Las Vegas, but Rug Lord, you left the game again! Leo, are you there?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, my game left. My game crashed.
Oh no, Blizzard said, nah. You can't get in? Alright, chat. We're gonna have to look at a blank screen. I'll hover this real quick. I gotta stream it for Leo now. Technical difficulties. Oh no.
Just booting up the game.
Go live. There you go.
Look at, yeah. First objective is gleaming is into the channel. Is there a blind? There is a blind to just barely stop her. The side of Cloud Mines is kind of low. Like, Nubrak's half health. And the stall from Hanzo, I love that Cloud Spooky Ghost is on opposite sides. Hanzo's top and the rest of the team is bottom. They could be even more split if they wanted to, but that's very good. That's how you want to stall team. That's how you want to stall these kinds of things out.
See, even someone in chat was like, Vaughn's, what is this? Just like, what is this kill from Gul'dan? Finally, Cloud Mines. This, no shade, no tea, but Cloud Mines with their first game, first kill of the series.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy, but that's very good, not just for the game, but also for morale. You know, if you play a game and you have 16-0, you might feel a little down, but getting that first blood on the side of Cloud Mines is gonna do wonders for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna train out this camp.
Yep, both teams grabbing their camps, with Cloud Mines grabbing the first one, and now Spooky Ghost is gonna grab theirs. Let's see, CVS and Walgreens taking over too much. Vaughn's like the step cousin. That's true. Vaughn's used to be very popular when I was younger. I grew up in California. Oh, there you go. Rug Lord is attempting to rejoin the game. So I know of Vaughn's. We had them in Vegas, and then I think they got bought out by another company. But I know there's sister companies to other places, like Smith's. That's another grocery store that's like sister company to Vaughn's. So I think it's also like a sister company to Safeway. I know a lot of people know what Safeway is. So
I've never heard of any of those. Although when I was in New Jersey for college, there was an Acme next door, and Acme is like a copy-paste Vaughn's. It's like the same thing, but it's called Acme.
And it might be a sister store. It's like Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. Same exact thing, just different names.
Wait, I've never heard of Hardee's.
Hardee's is East Coast.
Oh my god.
It's literally the exact same. No, it's literally Carl's Jr., just different name. It has the star and everything. Same exact food, same exact everything, but it's just named differently.
Oh, weird. Does Hardee's, like, people on the East Coast, they hear Carl's Jr., and they're like, yeah, I don't want to go either. But Hardee's? Oh, okay. Now you're talking.
My best friend Sean, he lives in Indiana, and I was telling him about like how I thought the Whataburger burger, just the regular Whataburger. Oh shoot, we're talking too much, and you're echoing too much.
I'm echoing? Shoot.
Yeah, you're echoing. I can hear myself. Dang, Rug Lord. Oh, dang, Hanzo almost got the kill on the Sylvanas.
Yeah, that Hanzo got the PhD in geometry there. That scatter arrow was perfect
That
to
was really
nail the Sylvanas. You know, I don't hear people talking that when they say like Hanzo geometry, they talk about geometry. What about the Angry Bird? Dude, that guy probably played a lot of Angry Birds as a kid. He got the angle down. I don't know why that just randomly came to my head.
That was so bad.
The gang on the Malthael is going to give them a 5v4. Spooky Ghosts are going to get that objective, and they're going to get a quarter level. We're just going to get them level 10s first.
Yeah, we do see ore build Li Ming, which I'm curious. I mean, this is kind of, some people like doing this force of armor for their level 1 for Li Ming, which I don't like, but I'm not mad about it. We do see level 10s coming up for Cloud of Mines as well. Let's take a look at some of these talents for Spooky Ghost. We got Twilight Dream, we got Arrow, we got, Bunker, we got, there's the Gul'dan right there, and we also have Blessed Shield. For Clouded Mines, as we saw the Cocoon, we got the kill at the top lane against Blaze. Gosh dang, my bad, chat, and not see that. I was too busy looking at talents. We fish talents real quick. Last Rites, not Forever Laser, Disintegrate, almost Forever Laser, Silence, Cocoon, and Light Bomb. I hope this Li Ming takes Forever Laser level 20. I just love that talent so much. It's a troll talent.
Reign of Destruction? Is that for the stall? Very interesting. I am a horrifying enjoyer all the way. I take all the purple talents for Gul'dan. Reign of Destruction is not purple. I don't care for it, but let's see what they get off of it. Very big bunch of the Sylvanas. He's rooted. Oh, and was when he pulled out. Oh, the new he in. He doesn't have an escape. Oh, but he managed to walk out. Dang. Oh,
and here we go,
he used a lot of poison, but, no way, he go back in!
Go back in! Blaze, run! Oh, there it is.
Oh
There's
my god. Oh, that is some limit testing to the next degree there, but he is going to get out, and because the tank was so chunked, Cloud of Mines didn't have enough space to stop the Gul'dan there. No. And they're going to get the channel on the fence.
Big! Ay! Spooky Ghost having some big old plays today. They came here not to play. They said, we are here to win. We're tired of being in the bottom. We're going to the top today. They win this 2-0. If they 2-0 this, they will be tied with Clouded Mines in, what, 5th place, I think I said earlier?
Yeah. Because there are 2 points and Clouded Mines at 5.
Yep.
Are you still? Am I still echoing, by the way? Just real quick.
Not that I can tell.
Okay, well, Reign of Destruction used for siege damage. Man, Spooky Ghosts, they really like their siege damage. Game 1 with the Sylvanas split push, and now it's the Gul'dan Reign of Destruction. Dude, when I saw that arrow flying, I was like, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be massive because they're so clumped on the side of they were still clumped on the side of Cloud of Mines, but that's okay. Talent tier actually pretty equal. Malthael definitely matching the Blaze. Might even be surpassing him now because of that solo kill. Yeah, there it is. 2K, over 2K actually. Holy crap. Level 13 achieved. Both teams. Wow, Q13. Interesting for Malthael.
Are you back in the game?
I am back in the game, actually.
Oh, then I could stop streaming on Discord. How dare you not tell me?
Oh, I just assumed I didn't know it would matter, to be honest.
It matters to my PC. I would like to get the most quality of streams.
Oh. Well, you can run Overwatch and HOTS at the same. You play like
true.
2 at the same time. I figured.
Oh no, Blaze! No way.
Oh, they're gonna be popped. Oh man, it died just in time for the light bomb to hit. Oh, big dragon arrow, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. Ooh, they might give up both of these. That was a really good gank from the side of Clouded Mines. I think Spooky Ghosts. They might have. They're gonna give. They only give one. Can they stall out this one long enough?
Ooh.
Cocoon on Malfurion. That is not who you want, Cocoon. But oh, he misses the root. Malfurion is a million damage, but somehow lives. Dude, Clouded Mines.
Oh
yeah.
No, Gul'dan!
Coming back here. Rift doing a very good job being a nuisance on this other side. I love that he's playing split from the rest of the team. That's like a really strong habit to have. Oh, Rain of Destruction just to stall it. No, you don't want to do that. You should have done it like maybe like where the fort is, but
I don't
honestly,
even think he actually got to pop it off. Yeah, because he has it back already. He was channeling to do it, but then he got killed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
if you need to do it like where your fort is to do it more safely, but well, that's 3 shots for the side of Cloud and Mines. That's basically gonna even up the score, actually in their favor now by 2 points. Not bad, very smart gank.
Ooh, good jump. Man, Rift is just playing so good tonight. But here we go. Cloud and Mines coming in for the stealing of the camps. Let's see.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
Like, to take that camp 5v4? No Goldan, no problem, baby. We still take your camp. But that's okay, they're just gonna trade out. I love it when teams trade out opposite sides of camp. He's in trouble, but he does a bunker. Big Dragon Arrow on 3 people. Anduin!
Dead.
Well, that's
They're dead.
Goldan corruption.
Gone.
Oh,
is
Blaze.
Sylvanas?
Sylvanas is very low, but the E is gonna get him out. That's the longest range E I have ever seen.
Wait, I just noticed.
What?
Glass Canyon Leeming.
Oh, actually, do you like Glass Cannon? I played with your Leeming so much, but I've never noticed if you take Glass Cannon.
I used to take Glass Cannon, and I stopped because I take Shield, or is it Shield, or I forget. No, it's the
CDR.
It's the other teleport talent. That's what I take because it just helps so much. I like that talent a lot more than Glass Cannon because you don't get as much health and like safety as you do with Glass with the other talent than with Glass Talent. Oh my gosh, cannot think of words.
So this is something that this is the thing that Spooky Ghost is doing. Something I see a lot of teams do, and I'm not super sure if I'm convinced about it yet. Like trading bottom for mid. I mean, definitely bottom is worth a lot more than mid. The idea is that you get more top in the meantime, but they didn't actually get that much more. But it's not a huge deal. They still have 5 shots to 3. They're gonna get top. I almost wonder if you give bottom, because if you lose the bottom fight, you can potentially lose the game. And there's not as big of an advantage anymore for being bottom since you don't have bottom tower. And honestly, the advantage is a little small anyway. Actually, it's not small, it's pretty big. But Ring of Destruction gonna come out! Oh my god. Alright, the true Giga Chan move is if Goldan goes Random Destruction level 16. Oh, Dragon Arrow going onto the Han, and Nubrak, not quite who you want.
Goldan's gonna die.
Oh, Goldan, no. Oh man, he was so deep. Oh, Fury's gonna get into the bunker. Oh, he
there
in. Oh, he died.
Look at the Sylvanas. Sylvanas super low. Kill the Sylvanas! I believe in you, Joe. Let's go, Joe. Oh man, Malfurion, he's super low too. I think Spooky Ghost can get back from this if their Hanzo can peel out the damage.
Yeah, very bloody fight from both teams. I'm not convinced that Cloud and Mines get this. I agree with you. That's a micro pull. Rift.
No!
Rift flanking out of his mind. Oh, but the Malthael is gonna catch him. Alright, yeah, no. They have to leave now. There's no way they win now. But it was a very good try. I think it was very realistically a world where Spooky Ghosts gets the objective there.
Yeah, that was really close. Really good fight from both teams right now. Let's see. John Knight coming in chat saying, the thing here from Spooky Ghost is if they got more from the top, they could have gotten a team fight when kill top and bot, get boss, maybe GG. Ooh, that'd been a lot to do though.
Yeah. Random Destruction gonna be used to try and repel this push. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I have not been a big fan of Blessed Shield. That's a big Blessed Shield. Blaze does miss his stun, unfortunate. The root is gonna come out, Anduin is gonna die. I gotta say, this Malfurion has been paying dividends as an additional layer of CC.
Yeah. Good, he's been doing phenomenal roots here and being able to help his team out a lot.
Yeah, mid tower is going to be taken back by minions. So that's gonna actually even things up as Spooky Ghost retakes bottom. Camp gonna be taken by Cloud and Mines, and I assume Spooky Ghost will follow soon. Oh no, they're gonna fight.
Blaze! Oh, that was a great block from the Anduin, blocking the Blaze from charging in onto the point. That was really smooth.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. Yeah, I think I was wondering, can Blaze hit him while he's underground? I think he can. So it was definitely a very good block. You know.
I don't know if he can. That's like if you could hit Dahaka while he's underground.
Yeah, but Dahaka's in stasis, and Nubrak's just unstoppable.
True. Ah, Li Ming's boring! She took the normal talent. Boring. Boring.
Yeah. Oh wow, they're just gonna take boss?
Yeah.
I feel like Clouded Minds could have, or Spooky Ghost could have gotten 20 before this objective, or as it hit. But they're just gonna take boss and trade out 8 for 4. This is actually gonna put them all. They're gonna maintain. Actually, no, they're gonna be behind now. Can't do math.
It's okay.
And they give Clouded Minds a lot of damage on bottom. Yeah, I mean hindsight is 20/20, right? I probably would have made the same play, but once the dust has started, I think we can say that was not quite what they wanted.
Spooky Ghost was looking to fight though. That was interesting. I'm like, why are they going in, man? Blaze this time though, I've noticed he's been choosing his talents at a decent time now. All right, here we go. This is going to be a fight. Let's see what happens here. There's Gul'dan.
My God, it is 20 It is level 20
He's listening to you. He said, I got you, dude.
Dude, he almost went full green build. What? Oh. Life loss. Oh. Stun's coming from both sides. Malphite's hit stun.
Dead. All of them dead. Oh, Anduin's leaving. Mathael has returned though, and there's the bunker. So, wow, I'm shocked only one died from that, and even then, he's back alive now. Actually very shocked about that. I really thought that Anduin and Sylvanas were gonna die there. Woof.
Yeah, Malphite does burn his 3-minute cooldown. That's not a trade he's happy with. Usually he wants to trade 1 for 1 and then pop that trade to make it a 0 for 1.
Yeah.
But, you know, it does mitigate, like, some of the kill a little bit. And now it's Spooky Ghost's turn to siege.
It looks like they're just gonna back off. They're maybe looking for a Mathael gank, or I think they're just gonna go for the one altar here. And I think it's pretty safe for both teams. Just trade out altars. Just kidding. They are going down. I wouldn't have done this. I would have just traded out altars. Oh, but she got the blind. Joanna was able to get the blind. There's the Gul'dan. Oh, there's Malphite with the sleep on the Nubarak. Ooh. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Gul'dan doing quite a bit of damage. Let's see. Oh, there's a big. Let's see a big arrow. Big kills now. There's 2. Let's see who's next. Anyone next? Malphirian or Mathael? Too many M's. Too many mouths.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
They're not even. Hey, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Bunker for the tower siege again.
Yeah.
I really love it. This is a good use of bunker. Ooh, maybe a little clumped for the end there. But see, now the minion wave is here. That was really good use of bunker. Oh, pausing.
Now Blaze left the game. It's always Spooky Ghost towards the end. Why do they do this to us? They are teasing us right now.
Yeah. But you know, if they get this tower, they get 10 shots. I thought this was a little greedy, but it's actually very, very heads up from the side of Spooky Ghosts. Very smart, knowing that they can take this advantage and push it for everything they've gotten. And they're gonna get 10 shots instead of 8. That's very smart.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see. They're gonna grab it, and now run away quickly.
Oh man, that bullseye got me sweating. I thought I got bullseyed there, but Sylvanas is going to live. Li Ming and Nubrak dead for a little bit longer. Man, this is the longest 1 minute death I've ever seen. They've just gotten so much done on the side of Spooky Ghost. It feels like it's been so much longer. But they're gonna get. Yeah, they painted the entire bottom side blue almost. They just need to get that other camp and it'll be entirely blue. And
yeah,
now Hanzo's already starting on it, matching the colors.
Yep, exactly. And now Spooky Ghost looking to push in these pumpkins here. We'll see if Clouded Minds can hold it off. See, this is where you need Forever Laser for Li Ming. Just stand there, hit the pumpkins with it while your tank stands up front. And she uses the laser. Oh, big from so far away. Oh, even bigger. Oh my goodness.
He ripped us the MVP for both games so far. He has been engaging with every ult, whether it's Mind Control or Dragon Arrow.
He is just, oh my goodness. Spooky. Oh no. Gul'dan feed at the end. Report Gul'dan.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think it's the end quite yet, because with the 3 deaths, all they're gonna get is 3 pumpkin shots. It's not nothing. It does mean that but it's not the end of the game just yet. The boss is not up yet, and Savant and Mirag will be up to contest it. Goldan might actually have a little bit of trouble because his death timer is almost perfectly synced with it. He's gonna be a little late to that. I don't like treating them from mid here. They're doing the same thing they did before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, man, these are some phenomenal plays though from Spooky Ghost. Their plays, you could say that their plays are kind of spooky.
You can say that Cloud & Mines don't have a ghost of a chance. I didn't know that saying existed until Yukio. I don't know if anyone else watched the video as a kid. The original series, they say it like 5 times. It's really weird.
That's pretty funny. Gotta make those nerd references in here. But alright, here we go. This is a big altar here.
That's a really good cocoon on Hanzo. But Goldan teleports right in. Nothing personnel. Kid breaks his homie out. Sylvanas is gonna get the channel. I think this is very disciplined from
no. Dang.
I was gonna say, it's very smart from Spooky Ghost to back out and just give it, but it was more like Cloud & Mines forced them out. Top, oh my god.
But look at top, yeah, I was just about to say, look at top. Winions, question mark? And it looks like, they're going for it too.
Oh, that's so smart. They know that somebody's
dead. They're going for boss now.
Dude, Spooky Ghosts are...
They're spooky.
Yeah, how do they... I'm surprised they're at the bottom of the roster. They're playing very, very well. Very clean.
Playing extremely well.
Bullseye to finish the tower, yeah. Just very heads up, knowing exactly where the enemy team is going to be before they even know.
I'm curious where they're going. I would just go get camp and try pushing that in. Maybe I guess they're just playing safe, which is smart. Play safe.
Yeah, you don't need everyone to do that, right? And I think realistically, 4v4, you're probably not gonna be able to push it in. So long as we even disable the camp.
No, but Blaze. No,
oh my gosh, rewind to make sure he got it.
Oh,
that was
Lord.
So smart too from I forgot the name.
No.
How did mine? Oh, Blaze, no.
Come on.
Oh, you missed.
No. Maybe? No.
Oh, epicenter diff. Oh my god.
There it is. Oh no.
Oh my god, Johanna even finished her quest.
Oh Lord, this game is so sweaty. I am sweating for both teams right now.
Dude, somebody on Cloud & Mines
is
getting a stern talking to. Somebody missed the skill shot. Somebody missed a little CC there. Oh no, that's so illegal. God. But it's not over yet because this team fight is technically on even footing. That's the great thing about Towers is doing. The objective doesn't actually impact the map.
I think this is in favor for Cloud & Mines. Cloud & Mines they only had Cocoon down, so we'll see. Oh, Mathael's dead. Never mind. I guess I just jinxed them as Sylvanas dead. This is GG. This is GG. No way.
Yeah.
Look at those beetles go.
Oh my
beetles go. Oh man.
Damn, I was
rough.
So focused on the previous gank on Blaze, I didn't actually see how Sylvanas got caught there, but that is going to be a less dominant game from Spooky Ghost. They are going to get the win, but honestly, even the score at the end was 9-0. I think Spooky Ghost was just a little bit more aware of the map, what Cloud & Mines wanted to do, and yeah, that made all the difference in the end.
Yeah, well, let's go through, before we go to get an interview from our winners, let's go through the the stats, the game summary. There we go. It's siege damage with a whopping 233,000 siege. We got Gul'dan, and then 161. Dude, big. And then Li Ming with 161,000. Li Ming also had only 1 death that game, so the rest of her team, they're feeders. No, just kidding. In the hero damage, we have 81,000 from Gul'dan and a little bit more, 83,000 from Li Ming. Healing, 106,000 from Malfurion and 65,000 from Anduin. Self-healing, 34,000 from Joanna and oh my gosh, I'm looking at wrong numbers. 25,000 from Malfurion. And XP, 25,000 from Blaze, 29,000 from Mathael. 19 kills to 9 kills, 24 to 23. Big last game there. Massive.
Yeah.
Oof.
I gotta say, Star Knight, very decisive there at the end on the gank on Blaze with the rewind. Like, I don't think he had vision of Blaze. He just figured out that he has to be there, because why wouldn't he? And he just popped a 60-second cooldown and try and kill him. I thought that was very smart from him. Unfortunately, I'm really sad that didn't work out, because that was a very good play, and that play also 100% could have gotten them back into the game. I think it would have at least forced a 5v4 bottom objective. I'm really not convinced about Reign of Destruction. I'm sorry, Kalidas, if you're the person you're interviewing. But if you're the guy, I gotta ask about the Reign of Destruction. I think
We gotta ask about the Blaze talents.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that for sure. 100%.
But all right, man. Let's go greet our winner of the night.
Hey.
Hello, winner. How you doing right now?
Doing great, thanks.
Wow, what a 2-series game. That was intense.
Yeah, the last game was spooky. It was close.
It was spooky. Man, I know that last game, I was heavily sweating. I don't know about you. I'm not even playing, and I was sweating for both of you guys.
Yeah, it felt like both of the teams, we would get a lead, and then we both somehow kind of like threw it.
Yeah.
Multiple times. But it was okay. It was good.
Well, why don't we go into your first game, Infernal Shrines. That was picked by your enemy, Clouded Minds. How do you guys feel on Infernal Shrines? Is that a map that you guys like to play often?
Yeah, I think Shrines is a great map. I think it's a really like neutral map. It's a really good map to test the waters, in my opinion. So yeah, big fan of Shrines.
Nice.
If you had map pick, would you have picked it?
If I had map pick, there's a good chance we would have gone to Shrines anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about your comp. So your comp, you guys chose Anduin, Blaze, Kael'thas, ETC, and Sylvanas. When you're choosing out your type of comp, are you guys choosing it because of heroes you want to play? Are you trying to counter the other heroes? How are you guys planning that out?
I did do a little bit of scouting beforehand. I noticed that they were playing a lot of main tank Blaze, and he's also one of our stronger solo laners. So I wanted to prioritize picking him. So taking first pick was really strong for us because we got to both get that for us and then take it away from them. So yeah, going into the match, I really wanted to prioritize the Blaze, especially seeing that they had played the Malthael before. It just seemed to be a really good idea.
All right. So in the game, I gotta talk about this because I think it's super funny. Blaze, I mean, you were obviously playing the Anduin, but your Blaze, he held out on talents for so long. Was that on purpose, or did he just forget it?
No, it's like it's kind of a chronic problem that both he and I have, that sometimes we forget to pick talents in a timely manner.
Oh, that was you too for a hot minute. You forgot to choose a talent. I'm like, Anduin's on it with Blaze. They're playing fun over here. They're waiting. Yeah,
I know. We both have that really bad habit. Our team calls us out on it too. I don't know how it started for me. It started with Eric for sure, and then I don't know. He's like a disease.
He's like a Kael'thas bomb, you could say.
Yeah, he's just spreading it.
All right, Leo, what questions you got for this map?
I guess, did you guys expect it to be this dominant, or how comfortable are you going in? Because you guys were technically the underdog in terms of points, 2-5. How comfortable?
I feel pretty okay. I think, yeah, we've had kind of a rough start to the season, but like the games that we've played, there's been a lot of mistakes that we've made. So I just wanted to make sure that we didn't throw away our leads too much and kind of played a little bit more conservatively. So I wasn't super scared. I definitely, just wanted to be prepared. I did mess up. The Varian was actually going to be our ban in the first game, and I accidentally I spaced out while we were doing that. Not in the sense that I wasn't participating in our draft. I just forgot that I was the person banning. So when they picked the Varian though, and just looking at their composition, we had a really good idea of what they wanted to play. So like they were just like gonna try and kill the first thing that they could get on. with the Stukov route and the Orphea combo. Like it was like a blow up whoever we run into composition. So having the Anduin was really helpful. Having the ETCW was really helpful. And we've played a composition like that so frequently last season that I think we know what it wants to do. So that felt nice.
During the games, you guys split pushed a lot with Sylvanas. I mean, obviously you guys did the Sylvanas cheese at the beginning, but you also, I feel like as the first objective was coming up, you did the bottom wall, and then at some point you also got, I think, mid wall as well. Is that something you guys practice a lot, or is that like just a Sylvanas special, or what?
Trying to get better at it. I think specifically into like level like between 4 and 10. Variant is really scary in the composition that they're running right, so we don't really want to fight them, especially because as Anduin, my get out of jail button is on a longer cooldown than Variant's taunt. I think after 10, those fights were a lot more successful for us. If we survived the taunt, then we could kind of just take the fight on our terms. But before 10, even if we survived the taunt, they still had better buttons than us at that point, so we just had to play kind of carefully between those levels, I think.
All right. Okay. So you guys did, I believe, lose the first objective, but you got a lot of I guess that kind of goes into my previous question. Never mind.
Okay.
The mind control Sylvanas. Do you guys always play mind control Sylvanas, or is it usually Wailing Arrow and then you flex into mind control for the Stukov?
I think it depends on who's playing. I think we've played mostly mind control when we have played the Sylvanas, because we've played her in Bakir style compositions.
Right.
The player that we have that played Sylvanas this game is a newer player to our team. His name is Bill, or I guess I shouldn't dox him. Rift.
Now I know his real name. I play with Rift every so often, but now I know his real name.
I know that's our problem. So I never call anyone by their tags on my team, right? So it's really weird for me to call them by their battle nets. Anyways, yeah. Rift, I think I've seen him play the mind control more. He's really good at it. He lands some really good ones.
Yeah, for sure, and some big Dragon Arrows game too as well.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think that is all my questions for game one, at least from me.
Yep, I'm good with game one. I think you guys did a phenomenal job, really dominated that game. And I know I was super excited for game two. Game two, Towers of Dumb. I am obsessed with this map. I love this map. I love playing it. I love casting it. So I was super hyped when you guys chose it. Would you guys say this is like one of your stronger maps?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have a lot of heroes that can not like shove down bottom really quite well. Mm-hmm. And that felt good. It was kind of spooky though, because they picked a fairly like poke heavy composition as well with the Sylvanas and the Li Ming, so it made getting structure damage a little bit more difficult than I would have liked. And because both compositions had a decent amount of sieging power, it made it so that the lead that you get from getting a structure wasn't as strong as it normally feels like on that map, because you can still poke out the structure fairly well regardless.
Is that what the Rain of Destruction was supposed to do? Was it supposed to give you more siege damage?
I think so. I think we agreed that we just didn't need the extra CC too much. I think the Malthael was the only main thing that we were kind of worried about. But we supplemented that with the Twilight Dream in a lot of situations. So it didn't feel like we super needed the Horrify. It was kind of like an experimental thing though, because we normally do go Horrify.
Okay.
But the rain felt nice, I gotta say.
All right. Malfurion, that's not a healer I see very often. Is that like a little wolf specialty? Is that like a spooky ghost specialty? Is that a healer you guys like a lot, or is that something you just took for the game?
I think it's something that we play a little bit more rarely. I'm pretty comfortable on Malfurion. I think he's fine. He's certainly not like my strongest healer, but I would say I'm more than comfortable playing him when I need to. And it felt like it was just a really good game for him. There was a lot of poke. The Twilight Dream into the gosh, what's his name? Malthael felt like it was really a strong follow up. And there's a lot of chokes on this map too, where the sleepy roots can be really annoying.
Yeah, I saw you were cutting the rotation with that root in the very first rotation. That was so mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little risky on my part into the Anubrak though.
Oh, dude, my healer is always doing like bullshit like that. We always flame him for it afterwards when he dies.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it.
It's just good. You can like pretend that you're really good if you get away with it, and then if you get punished, you're just like, oh, whoops.
If you don't get away with it, you just team question mark.
Yeah.
True.
Where's my tank?
Yeah. That's all the questions from me for now. I'll see if I can remember some more, but go ahead, more.
I think for Towers of Doom, I think you kind of nailed it all. I think you guys did really great. I know there was a time where they had two altars up in the bottom, like towards the end of the game, and you guys went straight for boss, which I liked a lot. I liked how you guys were like, hey, we probably shouldn't fight this. Let's just go get boss and get some value. It might not be as much value, but at least something in a different area, and I really liked that a lot. So I think overall, I mean, both of you guys, very, like I said, very sweaty Towers of Doom game. I was sitting here like, I don't know who's gonna win at this point, like super sweaty. So I'm glad you guys picked Towers of Doom because I love casting it. But man, I know I said it in the Divs B chat, but so our Twitch stream knows. I had just put on some new nails earlier today, and they have little spooky ghost on them, and it wasn't not unintentional.
Good luck charm.
Yeah, it was like your good luck charm or something. I thought it was super funny because I was like looking at my nails while I was typing in the Div B chat, prepping for everything. I was like, oh shoot, I got a little ghost on my nails. I was your good luck charm tonight. That's what it was.
We'll have to have you on every game then.
There we go. All right.
One last question from me is Gul'dan, like just in general, a pick you pick often.
Yeah. Gul'dan's something that we really like playing. We played him less last season, but in general, we're very, very comfortable playing Gul'dan. Our Gul'dan player, his name is Alex. I'm okay doxing him. I've known him long enough. He's great. He's a really good Gul'dan player, and he's the type of person who, like, in the game, after a game, if it goes poorly, he'll let us know, like, very clearly, hey, this is why this went wrong, and everyone will be like, oh, not right now, and then we'll go back and watch the replay, and we're like, he was totally right.
Right. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Gul'dan's one of my favorite characters, but I don't see him very often, so
yeah,
that was just really cool to see. I think that's it. I feel like there was one more really weird talent pick but I can't remember what it was. Oh, Mosh 20. Do you guys usually go Mosh 20? This was game 1.
I
do love Mosh 20, but
I don't know if Greg does that all the time. I think it's probably either that or Death Mosh. No, that or the Blink sometimes. I don't know what Greg takes at that talent, or Rogoth. I've known him long enough too. This is fine.
Doxing everyone.
Yeah, I know he has used it before though. He does like this really annoying thing where he'll slide someone, and like it makes it seem like he didn't really hit too many people, and then just like counter people that go in to try and help that person. It's great. So I don't know if he always takes it, but he's a very effective tank. So it wouldn't surprise me if he does take it a lot.
Okay, all right. I feel like I had one more, but I can't remember anyone. You need to start taking screenshots of the talents and whatnot. But that's all from me.
All right, I'm gonna ask the final non-game related questions. Cool. First one: where did you guys come up with the name Spooky Ghost and your image as well, your logo?
So I think we started in a what's the European version of NGS? Not
Heroes Lounge.
Yeah. So we started in Heroes Lounge, with a team that at the time we called ourselves Slug Me Daddy because we had a one-trick avatar.
Nice.
And then his our friend who played the avatar, he kind of moved on from playing HOTS, but he would say spooky a lot, and Eric, my co-captain, he would put the disapproving ghost like sigil or like emote a lot in chats. And after we did our season of Heroes Lounge, we didn't do super great, I think, the first time, but that we did it. So that when we decided to like regroup and try again, we just kind of kept the quirk of of Nick, the other guy from Slug Me Daddy, saying spooky, and the ghost, and I was like, well, this is an easy name that we could come up with. It was going to be either that or the Goldanimals.
I like that one too. Oh, that's a good one.
But yeah, so we've been playing now in NGS for a really long time, but we've made it like a pregame habit every single game of doing the ghosts. It's just really fun. I think it's a nice little touch.
I know after the second game when I saw you guys put all the ghosts in chat, I'm like, oh, I get what they're doing now.
Yeah, it's always we're ready. It's great.
I was wondering, I saw like your logo on NGS and it had like the ghost emojis. So I do love teams named after emojis and HOTS.
Not biased at all.
Not biased at all. Wait, so did you guys play Abathur every game in Heroes Lounge?
I think we played a lot of, so in Heroes Lounge when we played back then, we played a ton of Abathur, and then we played a ton of Medivh.
Wow.
So the first season that we started as Spooky Ghosts on Heroes Lounge, I think we had Eric like one trick of Medivh, and we just did like Medivh Diablo shenanigans for the entire season.
That's
Nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool character to see. All right, that's it from me.
All right. Well, would you like to say any words of encouragement to anyone playing in NGS, and then any shout outs you like to give?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to playing against the rest of Division B. Yeah, shout outs to my team. I think Bill's been really cool. Rift's been really cool. He's been a really nice person to have on the roster. He's covering for us this season because our regular second DPS is doing he's finishing up some school stuff. So it was really cool to have Rift in here. He's really kind of bringing in a different perspective than what we normally have right now. And I think that's been really fun to learn with. It's definitely something that we have to like adjust to, but I think overall it's making us better at the game, which I really enjoyed. But shout outs to him mainly.
Nice. Well, all right. Congratulations on your win tonight. Don't party too hard. We still have the rest of the regular season and then playoff season. So
yeah,
definitely we can't wait to see how you do later on in the season, and hope the best of luck for you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course. And you have a good night.
You guys too. Take care.
You too.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
There you are.
Dude, I changed tabs on Discord right as you changed channels, and I was like, dude, I gotta have to change my channel in the NGS chat. I was rapidly clicking.
I always just drag you into the other lobbies. This is the one time when I switched over to the winner's interview. You got there, and I was like, oh, I don't need to drag him. Well, all right. That's going to be it tonight with our game that we had in Div B West, Spooky Ghost versus Clouded Minds, with Spooky Ghost taking it to 2-0. They are now going to be tied for, what did I say, 5th place, I think it was? Hold on, now I gotta look again.
Yeah, 5th place.
Yeah, they're in 5th place, tied with Team Rainbow Strike Go and Clouded Minds. They're catching up behind us. I'm getting scared now.
For sure. I think they look very strong today, too.
Yeah, this season's going to be very, very spooky, as we would say. But all right, Leo, any last words for tonight's stream?
I need to restart my computer to fix the freaking GPU thing, but not much of a thing. I thought this was a very fun set to cast. I'm not gonna lie. No, game 2 had me on the edge of my seat, even though I wasn't sitting down. So it was cool.
Yeah, I agree. I loved game 2. Game 2 is definitely a spicy one. So super glad I got to cast it. But all right, chat, that's going to be it for us. If you enjoyed this stream of ours, please go ahead and give that little follow, little heart, like the stream, like my channel. I also have all my social medias that are already posted. If you have money that you're willing to give, I will receive it. More than happy to. I will be casting again later this week. I know I just got told that I am casting a Nexus game. Let's see, what was it again? Let me look. Thursday at 10:30 Eastern for Storm Div. So I'll be casting that. I know we have our scrims coming up soon and our own personal games. So come hang out with us and support FenSat as well. But in that, we will see you guys in the Nexus. Night night!
皆々様
Messtrosity, thanks for the follow.